guys, welcome back to Jay's Juke Joint. It's almost June and we are not quite out of the pandemic yet. In fact, most bars and restaurants here in California have not opened up to dine-in guests. So we're going to continue on with some of these pandemic cocktails, easy to make from the comfort of your own home. And tonight we are going to do the Rob Roy. The Rob Roy is a close cousin to the Manhattan cocktail. The only difference is we'll substitute Scotch instead of rye. Rye or bourbon is typically what goes in the Manhattan cocktail. The Rob Roy dates back to about 1894. It was invented at the Waldorf Astoria and named after Robert Roy McGregor, who was something like the Robin Hood of Scotland back in the 18th century. So it's a nice, robust whiskey cocktail. I tend to prefer the Rob Roy over the Manhattan because I enjoy Scotch. I like the depth of character in Scotch. And you know, this simple cocktail really brings out the flavor profiles in a whiskey. So you can use any whiskey you choose. It can be a blended or a single malt. I'm going to use this 18-year Highland Scotch that I found at Costco. So it's Kirkland brand, sourced out by Alexander Murray, who are brilliant. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to Scotch. And you know, I'm excited to see how this goes. I really enjoy this Scotch on its own. It was less than $60. So it's an 18-year Scotch that you can buy at Costco for under $60, which is unheard of. So I really recommend next time you're at a Costco, if there's a Costco near you, try this out. It's fantastic. We'll see how it goes in the cocktail, but I have a feeling it's going to go great. I'm also going to use Carpano Antica Sweet Vermouth. This is an Italian sweet vermouth. Very nice, very well balanced vermouth, and it's going to complement this very well. And of course, our Angostura's bitters, and just a couple dashes of that. So the basic premise of this drink is 2 parts whiskey, 1 part vermouth, and a couple dashes of bitters, and it's that simple. It's a drink that must be stirred, not shaken. Okay, so we're gonna build it in this mixing glass. First thing we're gonna do is add some ice to our mixing glass. Maybe a couple more cubes in there. All right. 2 ounces of our 18-year blended Scotch. One ounce of our sweet vermouth. There you are. And 2 dashes of bitters. Now I might want to add, when making a Manhattan, you know, some folks will say that you really want to measure the balance between proofs of your vermouth and your whiskey. So in other words, Carpano is a little higher than most other vermouths, and you know, I'm using a 46% Scotch here, so I think 2 to 1 is a very safe ratio. You know, if you were using a 40% rye or something like that, you might want to tone down the measurement of your sweet vermouth. But for this, keep it simple, 2 to 1, 2 dashes of bitters, and then we're going to go ahead and stir. Now the rule of thumb is stir well. So that's really all you need to do. You can give it a 30 count or what have you, but I'm just going to stir well. And in the meantime, I am chilling my coupe glass with a little ice and soda water. So that gets the glass nice and ready. I'll dump this and simply strain into the coupe. Like that. All right, and now the last step is to add your cherry. Brandied cherry, I'm using Luxardo brand cherry. So I'm gonna pick it and just lay it right over the cocktail like that. All right, and there is your Rob Roy. Cheers to your health, stay safe. That's perfect. That is absolutely delicious. All right, see you next time.